Well, I hope that my last video posted without any music because I suddenly saw Chinese characters in the add sound department. So I don't know if the last video I posted is completely drowned out by Chinese music or if my commentary is available to listen to. Just in case, I want to reiterate that the soundtrack of the Dahmer miniseries is very nostalgic. There's Babyface, there's, oh, come on, let's see. Pretty Poison, I'll Be Sure, Lisa Stansfield, Seduction, all kinds of music that I listened to when I was in my early 20s. And I was born in 1970, so that would make me 55 in just a few days. And I was 20 going on 21 when Jeffrey Dahmer was arrested. And the whole story went global. So the soundtrack is cool. The theme song, that melancholy theme song that plays in the end credits, and a lot of the just music that plays during tense scenes and stuff. Really good, really excellent music. And didn't write down who does the music. I'm sorry, but whoever you are, you're great. And whoever played Christopher Scarver, the man who murdered Jeffrey in prison. I'm not applauding Christopher Scarver. The man was a delusional, paranoid schizophrenic. Two wrongs don't make a right. I know that is a controversial opinion, but he had apparently been baptized into the Church of Christ. And I don't know if it was real or not. That's between him and God. But and there's this thing where it might have been a conspiracy, and they kind of alluded to that with that prison guard stepping out the door. And Scarver murdered this other inmate. Don't remember his last name, Peterson, I don't remember. Might have been nothing even close to that. But this other guy murdered his wife and tried to blame it on two black men. And then he murdered Dahmer with a barbell, which ironically, as everybody already knows, murdered Stephen Hicks the same way, his first murder. Anyway, what else? The actor who played Scarver was very good, and whoever you are, props to you. I'm sorry, I searched my paperwork, could not find your name. I had to, like I said, do this new makeup. There's no makeup effect. It's recording, but there's no makeup effect. I thought I had a makeup effect here with eyebrows. Oh well, I'm not going to worry about it. All in all, so sick of this phone vibrating and dinging. Anyway, the miniseries, if I had what out of 10 rating would I give it? Maybe I'd give it a 7 to 8 out of 10. Why so high? Because it is good. It is compelling. It is touching in some places. It seems like a very thorough story. Is it all based in fact? Did they take a lot of liberties? No and yes, respectively. They took a lot of liberties. They rearranged facts, definitely. They rearranged details. They, they just, they did leave out facts. They did compile characters into one woman. I just don't know why. And if they're going to do that, give her like a fictitious name. They barely said a word about the very last victim, whose name was, I never can remember his name. Great. Oh yeah, Joseph Arthur Bradehoft. He was the last actual victim, and Tracy Edwards would have been victim 18. So he was instead survivor number 4. They didn't even really, at the end they showed you, they displayed a gallery of grief, as I would call it, or as they called it in Gacy's courtroom case, the gallery of grief. But they did display a photo collage of all of the victims, but you couldn't see it very well. They should have named, had a good, nice picture of each victim and named them individually, and then maybe done a collage as well. They deserve everything that they can get, especially the ones that weren't really depicted in the miniseries. I mean, they had Joseph Bradehoft, they had Jeremiah Weinberger, Matt Turner, Curtis Drawer was mentioned, Errol Lindsey was definitely mentioned, and the young lady who played his sister was outstanding in her small role. David Thomas, no actor portrayed him that I know of. Edward Smith, Ernest Miller. There was another Smith named Raymond Smith. There was Edward Smith and Raymond Smith. They were murdered months apart, just maybe 1 month apart. As a matter of fact, Raymond Smith, a 32-year-old prostitute, was murdered within a week of him moving into apartment 213, in May 1990. There was also, again, Khetphet Sinthasomphone. That's the name of the Lau family or the Laotian family. I'm sorry. I'm not very good at that kind of things. Ron Flowers Jr. was survivor number 1, who ended up in the hospital and then went to the police. Richard Guerrero was the quote-unquote Chicano guy. James Doxator was the 14-year-old prostitute who was Native American. And then, of course, there were the 2 Stevens, Hicks and Twomey. So, I think that should do it for my review. 7 or 8 out of 10. It's hard to give it... it's hard to say why I found it such a high rating and yet so many flaws with it. It's just because it's so compelling and riveting. That's the word. I tried to turn it off, thinking, why am I helping Netflix exploit these people? And yet it's just riveting entertainment. I'm one of the Joe Publics who find this stuff morbidly fascinating. I'll admit it, and God forgive me if I'm wrong for doing this. I'm not profiting. I never get monetized because I don't have enough subscribers. That's all right though. Bye.